my name's Ellie, I'm a chiropractor and a Pilates instructor, and I think we're on day 6 of this lower back pain challenge, not challenge because it's not going to be too difficult. Before you dive into this, just make sure that if you are experiencing any lower back pain, you've been signed off by your healthcare provider to engage in such activity, and if you're going to do it anyway, just do it at your own risk. If anything feels painful, please stop, back off. Plan for today is we are going to look on to strengthening the core. The core is a word I don't necessarily like using, but it kind of points people in the right direction of the body that we're going to be looking at. So when people think of the core, quite often they just think of the abdominal muscles. I want you to think of your core as your entire core, right from your diaphragm around towards your pelvis, front and back. However, that being said, we're just going to focus on the front side of things today. And then tomorrow we'll do more onto the back side of the core, although it works as an entire thing. You don't need to worry about that. Anyway, for today, let's start off on our hands and our knees. So we're going to have our hands underneath the shoulders and our knees underneath the hips. We're going to start off with 3 cat-cows just to A, get spine moving, and B, just set the position of the spine for what we're about to do. So I want you to take a really big deep breath in. Start to arch your lower back, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up to the ceiling. You can let your belly sort of relax down to the floor for now. And then as you exhale, push the floor away. Find a nice stretch through the back, through the shoulder blades. I'm going to do that twice more. Take a breath in. You're going to arch your lower back, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up to the sky. And then breathing out, push the floor away. Let's do this once more. Take a breath in. Can't see anything. And a breath out. Fantastic. And now find somewhere in the middle of those 2 positions. This is going to be where we're working from. So you could sometimes think it might be helpful to think about slightly drawing the stomach towards the spine. But I don't want you to do that so much that you can't breathe and you're really tense and bracing and nothing can move. We want a little tiny bit of a drawing through the lower abdomen here. From here, keeping your body perfectly still, so imagine you have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, whatever you prefer on your back, you don't want to lose it. We're going to take a breath in, start to extend the left arm forward without changing the position of your body. And then as you exhale, we're going to take that hand down. So I know this is dead simple, but we could just do this and start moving our body all over the place and woo, great, perfect. But I want you to think about your body being really still. So we'll do the same with the right arm, taking a breath in, and a breath out. And then we'll do the same with the leg. Left leg, taking a breath in. This is slightly harder because obviously our legs are a bit heavier, usually. Breath out, take the leg down. Let's do the same on the right hand side, taking a breath in. And a breath out. You can do that once more through if you want, or we're going to work in opposition. So we're going to go right arm, left leg, trying to keep the body still. So taking a breath in, right arm, left leg, keeping the body perfectly still. Breath out, controlling it down. Let's do left arm, right leg. Take a breath in. Moving nice and slow with this, and a breath out. I'm going to do 2 more on each side. Right side, breath in. Right arm, left leg. And breathing out. Moved a bit then. Left arm, right leg. So a little bit of movement can happen. I wouldn't expect every single rep to be perfect, but give it your best shot. Breath out, bring it down. Let's do 1 more on each side. Right arm, left leg. Take a breath. Breath out. Left arm, right leg, taking a breath in. And a breath out. And we've done this in a couple of our previous videos. We're going to tuck the toes here. Just going to shuffle forward slightly. Again, maintaining that position somewhere between your cat and your cow pose, somewhere in the middle. Toes tucked, elbows soft if you like me. You've got really bendy elbows. Let's just keep a little micro bend there, keeping the joints safe. We're going to lift the knees 1 inch off the floor and you're just going to hold it here. Neck stays in line with the spine. Holding it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pop the knees down, sit your hips back towards your heels, and just relax out for a moment. Hands forward, hips back. And then we're going to take a seated position at the front end of our mat. Just make sure you have a little bit of room to lie down on the floor behind you. So, sitting with your feet and your knees slightly squeezed together. So there's a little activation in the pelvic floor. We're going to take the hands out in front of us. I want you to imagine there's a string on top of your head that's pulling you up. You're going to take a breath in here, and then as you breathe out, you're going to slowly start to tuck your tailbone up towards the sky as you start to peel yourself down, vertebra by vertebra. So we're going to go lower back, mid back, upper back. If you've got space, stretch your hands over your head, but I live in a cupboard, so I'm not going to do that. Take the hands back up towards the ceiling, bring your chin towards your chest, and slowly, steady, rolling it up. Keeping that curve until you're sat up nice and tall. We're just going to stay down on the next one, so coming all the way down. And then once you're down, bend the legs, place your hands onto your ribcage. Again, repeating some of the setups we've done in our previous videos. We're just going to take a really big deep breath here with the hands on the ribcage. Little finger resting on your bottom rib. If you can't feel your bottom rib, please do not worry. It's usually just above the belly button. Obviously we've all got different anatomy. It might be a little bit further up, might be a little bit lower down, but somewhere in that vicinity, so you've got a big grasp of the ribs. Take a breath in. Stick your belly out, feel your fingertips expand as a result of your ribcage expanding. And then as you exhale, feel your fingertips close off as a result of your ribcage pulling down. With this, your pelvis will move, it's all connected. So tailbone might slightly start to stick up towards the ceiling, but we have, where we were here, we now have this sort of drawing down. So thinking of a cattle type movement, again, we're somewhere roughly in the middle of those two positions. Maybe your lower back touches the floor, maybe not, but we're somewhere in the middle, ribs pulling down. Make sure you can still breathe, so you're not pulled down so much you actually can't do anything else. Bring the shins up to the ceiling from here, and then we're going to extend the hands either side of the hips. From here, trying to keep the ribs closed, which may feel a little difficult, you're going to take a breath in, start to extend your right leg away. And then as you exhale, pulling that right leg back. Thinking about spreading the stomach muscles wide. Mine are really good at doing this. They might want to sort of dome upwards. I don't know if you can see that. They like to sort of like tense upwards. I don't want you to see that. I want you to think about spreading them in, not pulling your belly in, thinking about sort of spreading wide so you can still breathe. There's still room there. Take a breath in, right side. And exhale, slowly coming back. Left side, breathing in. Breathing out, keeping this lovely and slow. Let's do one more on each side. Right side, breath in. And a breath out. Left side, breath in. Breath out. Pop the feet onto the floor, well done. Just give your knees a little windscreen wipe from side to side, just to release a little bit, just bring a bit of movement back into our body. So you can repeat that if you want to. If you want to get sort of this upper part of the abs a little bit more involved, we're going to try and lift our head and lift our shoulders up off the ground now. So your hands are going to be behind your head. Same deal, my ribs love to be open, but I'm just gonna pull them down a little bit for the purpose of the exercise. Start to tuck the chin towards the chest. Point the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. You can see my stomach muscles wanting to sort of dome upwards there, but I'm thinking about drawing them outwards, spreading them wide, bringing the legs back up as I hold the shoulders up off the floor. Now I'm pulling my shoulders up from here, not from my arms. I'm just going to do 3 on each leg here, keeping it nice and simple. Take a breath in, extending the right leg long, and breath out, pull back. Same on the left side, take a breath in, and a breath out. Right side, breath in, breath out. Left side, breathing in, and breathing out. Let's go for one more on each side. Right side, breath in, breath out. Left side, breath in and breath out. And then hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice little rock from side to side. And we will leave it there for today. Have a lovely rest of your day.